Hello, there we are. Welcome to Sunday evening coffee, as it is Sunday evening and not morning. So as always, a couple of minutes late, again, as is tradition. Just realised how frazzled I look. So I have been, where does that go? That way. I have been at Partizan show today. I should probably put the other light on, that would help, wouldn't it? Oh my god, that one, there we are. It's a bit better. That's a bit better. So I've been in Newark at Partizan, which is a wargames trade show. Hello, lots of people here. Hey. So yeah, I've been away doing that today, which I will tell you lots about. I even got a haul. I've got a pile of stuff. I don't normally buy much, but I was all pent up and wanted to buy some things. So it's yawn o'clock. I've got in, I have eaten food, and I have run to this, so it's all been non-stop today. So yeah, thanks for coming along in the evening. Andrea's extra fancy hair today, or am I just imagining things? It has been recently coloured. Check that out. I don't know what's going on with that. I think that's supposed to be curly, but it's gone into frazzled. But yeah, check that out. Woo! Yeah, super fancy. A few people still didn't recognise me today with my mask on though, so I think I'm still quite recognisable. Is that Darren in the comments? I think it is. Hello. Yay! Oh yay! There's loads of people. This is good. I like it. I've got some quality content. So first of all, it is Little L's birthday. I've been asked to give a little shout out, and he'll be watching this afterwards. Who is Lawrence, the organizer of Partizan, one of the organizers. His son is 30 today. Look at that. Gets his own shout out. Happy birthday. I was going to sing, I'm too tired. 30 today on Partizan. What a wondrous time. Happy birthday. Okay. What have I missed? What have I missed? What is going on? It is Darren. Yes, I've just been looking at a whole bunch of your secret sculpts. I will explain why afterwards. But I've got them here in my house, and they're very good. I'm looking at them. So yes, it was nice. I saw a whole bunch of you today. It was wicked. But yeah, how was it? All those tables, people are X toys. It was rammed. It was rammed. Shut the lid off that. I wasn't sure, so I wasn't trading as Bad Squiddo, because I pretty much cancelled all the shows apart from Salute and Expo. Might just be short term, not sure yet. But because I've got Salute up and because I miss everyone, I decided that even though I wasn't trading, I'd come along. So I'll come along pretty much just as a punter. I can help any of my mates out if they all need a bit of help. So I was based on Great Escape Games stand, because they had 4 racks at Bad Squiddo goodness. So I said, I'll come help you sell some of it, just give you a hand because we usually give each other favours. And it is like at the start I thought it's going to be a bit quiet, and then once the doors opened it was just jam packed till about 2 o'clock, I think. Like absolutely just chaos in the best way. So at one point I did think, hang on, I was only supposed to do a bit of work and mostly just loiter, and I've just been full on working the whole time. But it was really good. I'm obviously in a very good mood, although shattered. So as you can see with my very flattering above light, at least it's not the below light. So yeah, it was really busy. Everyone I spoke to was in really good spirits as well. So sort of started off a bit like, had my sort of what's the word? Brain. I'm so tired. Oh yeah, so I had started off with a bit of my shows. I sometimes get a bit shy at shows, I know. Usually when they're sort of opening and it's that whole like, oh, people are coming in. Oh. So I was a bit like, oh no. And after about 20 minutes, I was back. And I went from being a bit apprehensive to just being in a really good mood, which is why I'm like, yes, right now. And I did not realise just how important shows had been for validation. because I said to quite a few people today that I'd been in a bit of an imposter syndrome thing lately, even packing them. Because I was choosing what Great Escape Games was taking on their stand, because that's, as they said, I know what sells the best from my range. So I was trying to plan for them how many they'd need of things, and I was kind of packing it going, I'm not going to sell anything. They're going to have all my racks and they're not going to sell any of it, and I'll look stupid and all this sort of stuff going through my head. Obviously it opens and it's just been flying out all day. Great Escape Games did really well, people just buying everything from them, but loads of people for the Bad Squiddo, which was so cool, because again, not actually being a Bad Squiddo stands even better that it's doing well, because it's not just, you know, how I've done it, it's that people want the products regardless, which is ace. Hiccuping. I've got a lot of people. Hello, of people who've joined. So where's I at? Yeah, they're just people watching people like discover the racks and stand and either just be there going, oh, this is so cool, and like showing each other the packets, obviously buying the things. It's such a validator to be like, yes, people really like it, and that's so cool. And that's given me a really big boost. So at the start of the show, I was saying to someone, no one can see my grumpy face behind my mask. So obviously, all mask hidden. And then a bit later on, I was like, no one can see my big smile behind my mask. What a waste. No one can see it. I'm like, I would probably see from my eyes, though. I was just like, just looking at it all going, yes, this is so cool. So yeah, it's really given me a buzz, like really excited me about lots of different things. I'm really glad. So I was saying that this was a bit of a practice for Salute, so because it wasn't my own stand. So it's been a long time, and because I still have to do everything myself, so I might have help, you know, on the stand or whatever, but there's still all of the organising, setup, takedown, brain, and all that for where things go. So I've kind of cut a lot out because I just thought it's just so much. So because I am doing Salute, which is next month, I thought I'll dip my toes in a bit, again with no pressure. And it's a really good idea. So it's given me my confidence back. So I'll be packing for Salute now. And if I didn't do this show, I'd be packing for Salute going, don't need to take many spares because no one's going to buy anything because I suck and I'm not a real trader or company. I just don't know what I'm doing. That rubbish voice. But today it has crashed, that voice. So I'll make sure that I bring loads of spares of things. It gave me an idea of what people like, because so much of the stuff on the racks hasn't been available because it came out during lockdown. So I've never seen people react to it in the flesh. So realizing that I had an entire rack of like home front, that did really well today. Just like, and people love it, yay! So that's really cool. So yeah, I don't have beer. I don't have coffee or cocoa. I actually have my one beer, which was my little treat when I came in. I messaged Andy, the housemate, on the way and said, put one of my beers in the fridge. So I'm allowed. So I quit drinking, which I was very vocal about at the time. A year ago? Maybe a year ago. No, maybe 2 years ago. A year and a half ago. Fully quit alcohol, but yes, I'm now allowed the occasional treat beer. So I have a nice treat beer, which is good. Bean, I'm worried to hear it. Sorry to hear it. Glad to hear it went well. Yes. We got. So when we should do unboxing videos when we get your stuff. Yes, as long as they're good ones. Occasionally I'm like, oh, somebody's my brain's knackered. Somebody's done a Bad Squiddo video, and then suddenly I'm like, oh, I hope it's okay. Especially when it's in a different language. And I'm like, they seem to be smiling, so I think that's good. Because I want to share a video, go, hey, check this out, and it's someone going, this stuff sucks. So yeah, I don't know. You were mentioned. Oh no, not you, Jasper. So you were mentioned. It was a different Jasper. You're not the Jasper. There is a different Jasper who runs Wargames, Soldiers and Strategy that I was gossiping about, because his worker dude was there. So we were talking to him. Guy. So that was really cool. I caught up with so many people. Hey, Wicker Man has a hobgoblin. It was nice to see you today. Woo! So I'm actually going to have a little sip. And I don't normally condone the alcohols, but just had a curry as well. It was very nice. Now, here we go. I'm doing the hair colour. Thank you. Look at it. I'm well chuffed. I did it myself. Check that on. Where are we going? Do not hold phone and open box at the same time. Yes. So do you want to see some of the stuff I bought? I got loads of gossip. I can't tell you all. I'm like a little floating shark of absorbing information. But I also just been like going around chatting to people. I'm working my arse off. But I got some goodies. It's good to do that. So I don't normally buy much because I'm usually working, and I decided I was going to buy things today. But it has to be. Oh yeah, that was so. Check it out again. Look at those transitions. Woo! Look at that pink. Thank you. That's me. So I left my shopping until the show was closing, so I was looking through things as they were packing away. But I went to my chums at Northumbrian Tin Soldier, who do lots of similar things to Squiddo in terms of like, well, not similar, but similar in terms of weird and wonderful things. I think would definitely be a good. So we're on the same brain wave. So I bought the Scary Fairy. Ooh. So I don't buy miniatures very often because they have to fit in with my Chaos Gnome army or my undead. And it's still going to be forever till I paint anything, but I can justify it then because it's in those two gangs. Obviously I've got an entire range of my own, but it feels less like work if I'm painting someone else's. So I got the little Scary Fairy. Thought she was cool. She might end up just being someone on a base, but working on redoing all my Chaos Gnomes. So eventually, I got the Snitch. Oh, pointy. Oh. Oh. Again, it's like they'll fit in with my gnomes somewhere. They're cute. And then I've never seen these, but apparently there's a game, so that could be a thing. Check this out. Look at that. So it's obviously it's Frazetta. I get my fantasy artists mixed up. But it's the Frazetta, isn't it? Is it Death Dealers or are they Death Stealers? I can't remember. But it's quite iconic imagery, but in frog or toad ways, and that's really cool. So that's frog is resin, people is metal, and then it's got a little base on it as well. Yeah. Oh, look at that! That's cool, especially because my gnomes are chaos gnomes as well, so they're evil gnomes, so that fits. And then I also got the jousting gnome. Got the light from that. Look at that. That was cool. And then I had some cool video ideas that I was going to do at the show, but it was just so busy. I'm knackered. Great Skate Games did treat me to the curry though, so that was a bonus. I got 3 brushes from them, just army painter brushes, but I tend not to get the really expensive brushes because I am a monster and I destroy them. So I only get the okay ones, not the terrible ones. These are in my like okay category. But things like the broken toads that are really nice, they're just too good for me. I don't deserve them, basically. Bad Squiddo after dark. Also, I was up late last night because I was watching Squid Game because I thought that sounds like me. I should watch that. And then I got sucked into one more episode. So I was up quite late going, okay, one more episode. But as soon as this is done, I'm Squid Gaming. I am totally. That's my treat after. Yes. No spoilers, no spoilers. But yeah, I was loving that. So I got this upgrade again. Oh, what palette? Just out of intrigue, because I'm so rubbish at it's that sort of like, you can make it yourself, or you can buy a cool thing. So that's just a basic thing. It's got a sponge, a wet bit. So yeah, got a wet palette. I want to review that. I feel like a YouTuber now. I'm unboxing. And I got a glue. That's not very exciting to show you. Look at this. Everyone's on Hobgoblin. You know. And I got a whole bunch of hiccups. Books. Open some of them. Open them. I got some books from Dave Lanchester, one of my favourite people. They seem very happy to see me, which is always good. I like it when people's eyes light up. Yeah, I caught up loads of people. So I got the Samurai Source book. These are all clues as to what I'll be working on. Samurai, yes. Some really good armour. Oh yes. So yeah, I got that. Mr. Dave Lanchester. Hello, Carl. Lots of people. I'm glad that you're all as awful with brushes as I am. I got Soviet Weapons Level 2. I do have a chunk of these books, to be fair, but I can never resist them. Or is it there might be a new reference that I've not seen before? Oh, hello. Oh, M60. Yes. That should be a show, just me reading these sort of books going, oh, PS3. What are you? One anti-aircraft gun section. You know what's coming. So yeah, I got that. Soviet weapons. This is probably a bit too late, but as is what happens, I buy books to help with the research for work, and then I just get interested in the thing. So I don't know if I'll use this as reference at any point, but it's interesting. And I was just showing Suzanne, who's at the house at the moment, I was just showing her the books, and I went, I don't know what happened in my life where I'm now excited by British military respirators and gas equipment of the world wars. I'm sure at one point that would not be a book that I got very excited about, but I did. Oh, it's got some cool pictures. It's got all the young women making them look. Oh my god, look at some gas masks, different type. Oh, look at you all making it there. There's a dude in one, showing all of the different fabrics. Interesting insert. Oh, what? This is me going, no way. Check that out. Smoke helmets. They're interesting. That's cool. Well, it's not cool, obviously, but the stuff does look cool. You've got to agree with that. They do look cool, and obviously for minis, that's the sort of thing you want. And some little wrapping. Where are we? I got the World War II Tommy, which I imagine the book is mostly men, but it's all still handy reference because obviously a lot of it is pretty much the same or crosses over. Just when it comes to equipment, so there's some good references there. Awkwardly posed people. Oh, it's got some more stuff there. Just me going, oh yeah. There's so much. It's just like incredible how many reference pictures and books and everything. I love looking through secondhand books, especially in the history bit, because I just love looking at all the specific topics that someone's just used. Like, I'm going to write specifically about brooches from this period in history. It's just like, yes, that is amazing. Just all these specific, so I'm always on the lookout for those. It's got these. I love having so much reference material. Whenever I'm developing a range, I don't have to go anywhere. So there's stuff that I might not do anything with for years, but it's all there. And sometimes the inspiration will just hit at any point, and I can just run to the bookcase and go, Boots of the British Armed Forces. Yeah. What else did I get? Oh, mortars and rockets. Oh, look at you. Look at all those references. Because obviously we're going to be doing some of that as well. Oh, Nebelwerfer. Yes, we like that. There's some mortars going on there, as the title says. And the other one of the same series. Well, this should be its own channel, shouldn't it? And he picks up specific history books. Light and medium field artillery. Oh, I would open it on that page, wouldn't I? Oh, you. Oh, look at that. Yes. Some Bofo. There you are. There you are, you beautiful thing. It's all going to be really useful though, don't worry. So I'm going to be doing a small range. I don't know if it'll end up being this year, it might end up being in the start of next year. The Soviets are getting some anti-aircraft and more artillery general goodies. So they will be coming to the range. Just standard release, not Kickstarter. Annie the military booktuber, that is me. Dun, 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 dun. The last one is see my reflection in there. German weapons, which I probably won't end up using barely, but it's like they're really handy books, because we will be doing Germans next year. Mostly it's sort of like flat crew, and a lot of the the women aren't really in combat, but it's still interesting to have, because I'm probably going to end up finding something. So it might be like some pistols. I just really like having loads of books, because we're on the computer all the time. I say we because it's everyone really, isn't it? So I love to just have the books there, so I can do something that's not on a computer, and it's much nicer when I'm in a pile of books and make a little fort that I can. That's just nicer for me anyway than then bringing out a tablet or something. Look at that. How much of this is research for your World War II range? How much will be used for the War Peaks? I gave another company very good guinea pig advice today. So the Pit Wargaming, they've now got it. Going on, that is my specialist subject, yes. So what else have we got? We got humbled by the large audience there. It's good. Some good chat going on. Look at that. I am knackered. I'm totally going straight to bed. Well, to watch Squid Game after this. And if I happen to fall asleep, then that's fine. I might even go in a bit later than usual tomorrow. Then I can stay up and watch Squid Game. Yes. So I spent the morning working for the Bad Squiddo for Great Escape Games, and then I hung out with some people. So I hung out with Katie in the chat and a bunch of other people, which was nice. And we actually got to chat off stand, which was nice, and have some tea. Yeah, tea and coffee outside. Sorry, nice. So it was nice being able to have some nice chats and not have guilt from not being on the stand. Because normally, even if I get a break and I'm chatting to someone, I'm thinking, but there's someone at the stand that really wants to talk to me, and then they'll buy lots of things, but I'm not there. But I pretty much abandoned it too. It was ace. So I yes, I went and got to hang out with some people, and I saw Henry Hyde, and he got a very big hug, and we went and had coffee together, and that was very lovely. So I don't think he watches these, to be fair. But yes, Henry is lovely, and we had a really nice chat. And again, being able to just chat and have a bit of coffee and not be on my stand is cool. I should also mention the COVID-y stuff, because obviously it's the first show back. The rules were the usual sort of things, but nothing was being enforced. Well, that sounds bad, nothing was being enforced. None of it was mandatory, but it was very much, we recommend. So it's a bit of sort of leave it up to you thing. And what's it? Brain. I'm so tired. So yeah, it was recommended you do a lateral flow, wear a mask, keep some distance. There were some times where it was a bit packed because obviously it just opened, but most people had masks on. People that didn't have masks, there wasn't a war on. There's lots of reasons why people can't wear masks and all that sort of stuff. And it was just a really nice atmosphere with people doing it, because we're at a point now where, well, in the UK anyway, nobody knows what the best thing to be doing is. So it's yeah, I didn't see any hostility from anyone to anyone and all that. So I mostly wore a mask. Towards the end, I ended up not wearing a mask because the venue was so big, and it was really well ventilated because all the doors were open as well. So when I was sort of ambling with plenty of space, I ended up not wearing it. But obviously on the stand and where it started getting packed, I think that's kind of the standard around here at the moment. But I didn't feel like anything was bad there, which was really good. And I'm really chuffed with the organisers, because they obviously had loads of stress beforehand, wondering, will the laws change very quickly and things like that. And I think when I spoke to them earlier today, I said they should be very proud, because it was a really, really good show, and everyone was in such good spirits as well. Again, it's just really beforehand, like, I don't know how it's gonna be. But yeah, it was just packed, and it was lovely to see people all meeting up with each other that they haven't seen in a long time. So that was lovely. I also ended up chatting to everyone, to be fair. I did just go around chatting. Obviously chatted to Northumbrian Tin Soldier for quite a while. War bases. I bumped into Rob Alderman. I don't know if he watches these again. Don't think he does. Rob used to be one of my casters and ran Hysterical Games. He's now, he's Middle Earth manager at GW. He was there with his wife Hannah, who is also excellent. And then she messaged me afterwards, actually, saying, because she bought some stuff, and then said this is going to go really well with Toad Wars. So she's probably replied, and I haven't seen yet. But I said, I got Toad Wars things too. So I'm like, oh, maybe we can play Toad Wars. That'd be cool. Do you like those Law Riders? Anything know me, I'm a sucker for. So yeah, I just had a really lovely day. I should go into the general week roundup. What's been happening this week? Darren, who is Maverick Corliss in the chats there, is a sculptor who's working on a project called Fat Wars. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say about it, so you can talk about it in the chat and give it a little plug. But I have a whole bunch of the figures here, and they're really nice. They're really nice. I've basically been sort of just schmoozing around, really. And yeah, I really didn't expect to be in such a good mood from it. I've been absolutely supercharged by people in a great way. I'm going to be dead tomorrow. I'm aware of this. One of the reasons for me not trading was that I'm going to be dead for a few days, but I will be, but not as dead. This is the good bit. Yeah, it was great to see other people selling Bad Squiddo as well. That was really cool. Toads seem to be a thing now, because I got the big toad from Fenris, and I absolutely love that. So it's like a toad gnome army it's turning into. And I replaced all of my badly converted gnomes that I'd made with the Kraken Games ones as well. So get in there, the gnomes are getting there. Oh, sorry. So yeah, lovely day. The rest of the week's news. Sleep. The rest of the week, has it been a beast week? Can't remember. I think so. I think I've got lots of things done this week. What have I got to report though? It's normally got my notes in front of me and I haven't. A lot of it was getting the stock together for Great Escape Games, because obviously we need to fill 4 racks, and that was lots of maths of figuring out between their budgets and what goes on what rack and all that sort of thing. So that took quite a bit of time. Mum came in Tuesday. She helped. She's been blistering up a lot of the new Soviets. The Winter Soviets were debuted today on Great Escape Games stand, and they went really well. I may have bumped into a few of you there going, what? New Soviets? How exciting. So that was lovely, seeing people really like them. What else? So yeah, Mum got those together. She's been helping doing a bunch of blister packing and some trade orders, because there's more and more shops ordering now as well, which is really good. Hung out with North Star for a bit. Did some good bit of recycling as well, because I bought some blister packs and they were duds, but it was 2 big boxes of them, and I got them replaced in the end. They're not duds, but where you poke them in here when you're assembling the blister, you go like this, pop, 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 pop. One of the corners doesn't quite go in, which just causes me all the rage in the world. So I put out a little shout out for some of the traders and went, does anyone want these? Because I really don't want to just pour them all into recycling. So another of the traders, I won't say who, in case you go, oh, that's who's going to have all the dodgy blister packs. One of the traders said they'd take them, and then I realised I have no way of getting them there. So thank you, Guy from Wargames Soldiers and Strategy, for being the mule. So I was in the office yesterday. Again, I'm like, I need to take some time off. I'll just work all weekend. He came by the office yesterday, and we loaded up the car with blister packs. So instead of going to the recycling, they're being used by someone with more patience than me. Because so the last corner does go in, but you've got to like extra push it, and I think, to be sure with some of them, staple it. So hiccups. Oh my god, hiccups and yawning. I swear I've had half of a goblin. It's just been a long day. And I think because we don't socialise, well, we haven't been socialising as much. I imagine people that have been at the show feel the same now. It's like, whew, that was extra exhausting doing social, which we're not used to. So yes, hey, Connor, just saw in the chat today. You're here today, yay! But yeah, it's like we've all had to reset our social batteries. So you know what? I think I will have tomorrow morning off, just the morning, till I realise that I've got a delivery coming or a meeting or something. I think so. Maybe able to. Lots of people mentioning the Kickstarter for the fantasy and being all excited, so that's really cool. I said to a bunch of people, you'll be able to get in on the pledge manager if you missed it, because there are a few like, oh, I knew that was a thing. Cat people in there whispering. Just thinking, what else? I'm sure other things happened this week. Had a big plant sort of plants out. Pigs are all happy. I'm all right. I had a very good day today. I'm still having a bit of a struggle, but I think I will be for a while, for various mental health and life sort of challenges. But today has just been really good. I'm really glad. Oh, look, it just looks so good. Look at its beauty. Look at its beauty. How can people not recognise me? Is Annie here today? No, I don't know who she is. I guess it's been quite an uneventful week, really. If I've been just sort of pottering about. I had a really big tidy Friday evening and Saturday, so the office has had a bit of a restructure, and there's still so much room in it, which is so good. So I'm in fear of like, hey, I've got this new bigger place. Oh, it's full, but each time it starts getting feeling a little bit full, it's just like, oh, I just need to tidy that away. Oh, I got loads of space. Condensed my Renedra rack because that was in 3 places. I managed to get it to 2 next to each other. Yeah, I'd say if you were unsure about going to a show, I'd recommend it. It depends on your level of nervousness, but if you're in the super cautious, maybe not yet. But you could also, just because some of the crushes earlier, I thought, some people really aren't going to be happy with this. Whereas I did all of the last year on Nottingham trams being like London Underground level of crushed into people's faces. So I'm just absolutely desensitized to it now. But if you haven't really been anywhere and you're like, oh, crowd, but then you can normally, it's not like that's everywhere. So there's usually somewhere you can go where it's going to be quieter. And this was really good because it had lots of doors open, so you could really easily go outside. Whether you just want to get some air or you want to take the mask off for a bit, that was really good. I'm not bothered about Salute next month, as in being afraid for that, because it's a huge venue, so they've really got a bonus because they're huge. They've got ventilation, and because Salute's so big, the pathways have to be as wide that you can get an ambulance down them. So even though Salute's really busy, and I know I say this, I've never been as a punter, but I always feel like it's not hemmed in because those wide alleys. So before you get some shows where they're really small, there was one a few years ago where it was basically one person wide and it was a nightmare. So yeah, even though it's a big event, it's in a big hall. I think that works really well. I've got anything else? Have I got any brains? No, I don't have any brains. I've got anything new to show you. Oh, no, I haven't. To be fair, the Kickstarter did end last week. It's only been a week since then, hasn't it? Because yeah, that was last Sunday morning. Oh, I had Lola on the channel as well. And then, oh yes, I haven't spoken to you since the Kickstarter ended. What? How has that been a week? It's only a week. Yeah, the Kickstarter ended amazingly. I'm really happy with how that's gone. That was brilliant. Again, thanks everyone that's come along. Got some new people that we've lured in from that Kickstarter. If you're one of those, hello. So that's worked really well. I've got the last sculpt to be done, but we're already putting things into production molds. And I'm hoping to get the pledge manager up relatively quickly. That might be priority next week, actually. Get it done. Get it done. Hey, Mike painted a giant capybara yesterday. I think it's time we have some more guinea pig minis because I haven't had any guinea pig minis for a while. And I was talking to quite a few people about guinea pigs. I'm going to go because otherwise it's just going to become Annie rambling into the void. And I never want to go when there's loads of you here. I will be really nice and I will show off one of Darren's figures. I'll just go and get one. You can't see it very well. You can't see it very well because I don't get the auto zoom, but they're quite chunky, so you should at least get an idea. Which one shall I show? I really like these, Darren. I'm glad that you're going to get them released. I really like this guy. This guy. Only you'll be able to see him because he's big. That guy. See, I'm nice sometimes. I'll show you one more. This dude I like. His belly there. You can't see them super clear because of the focus, but they're all chubby characters, which are cute. What's that one? Hey, look at this guy. Oh, this guy. Some zombies. Zombies. But yeah, that's some, say largely male. There's a few female, but yeah, largely male, chunky representation, which I think's wicked. So I like that. Get that belly. As long as I keep it, give me that belly. Ah. Oh, yeah, there. Jack-o'-lantern man. I see all your loads out now. Come in, giving you all this free advertising. But you will hear more of that soon. I'm sure I'll give it a little share when it's revealed. Yes, it is called Fat Wars with a Z. I am nothing to do with it. I'm merely facilitating the transport of some of these, which I'll explain to you afterwards, Darren. But yeah, she knows. Yeah, can I go watch Squid Game now? Right at a cliffhanger. What's gonna happen? Yeah, I'm watching a thing that everyone else is watching as well, which is cool. I feel like I'm in the in crowd. But yeah, it's wicked. It's so good. You should watch it if you've not watched it. It's on Netflix. It's like Takeshi's Castle mixed with Battle Royale. They have to play all these weird childhood games to horrific consequences. It's all quite stressful. I obviously won't give any spoilers, but I watched episode 3 first last night. I watched episode 3 and 4. If you've seen it, without saying anything, episode 3 was very stressful. It was very stressful. So I'm going, why am I watching this before I go to sleep? Yeah, it's very gory, so score's not your thing. But I'm very intrigued by it. I think it is genius. So yeah, I got a good haul. Had a wicked day. Recommend shows. Shows are on. Yeah, it was a ace. Thanks everyone I spoke to today. I spoke to lots of people. Haven't even looked on social media because I haven't had a chance. So I've got in, eaten, and it's been time for this. What's happening next week? Me building the pledge manager. We're doing anything next weekend. What is the date? It's Nottingham Beer Festival, but I don't think I'll be going. It doesn't fit in with my occasional one beer. I'm not going to pay to get in and have a beer. I could just do that here. So I probably won't be going to that. There's always a chance, depends how the week goes, I'll go screw it, because I love Nottingham Beer Festival. There's lots of industry people there as well. There's usually loads of Warhammers too. So again, Nottingham's just like a who's who. I also got a taxi earlier in the week because sometimes I get a taxi to work if I'm carrying heavy things or precious things like minis, and then I use that as my excuse. But I was chatting to the driver, and he was saying, what do you do? And all this stuff about Squiddo, and he said, I used to give one of the higher up guys at GW a lift for ages. He went off and set up his own company. Like, who was that then? It was Ronnie. So I did tweet at Mantic rather than bother Ronnie direct and said, your old taxi driver says hello. I was like, oh, tell him. He's like, oh, that's cool. So yeah, Nottingham really is Hollywood of wargaming. So, I'm not talking of Hollywood of wargaming. So I bumped into, I swear if he's watching, it's embarrassing because I don't remember names. I can't remember his company. He probably doesn't watch it. But he used to be something to do with another company whose name I can't remember. I think Tim could know this. But he'd brought in purely to show off because he wanted to bring it somewhere that people would appreciate it. These figures. It's so cool. He's got, I think it's Raoul Parker. And something else. And they're painted by John Blanche. I'm going to put them on the Facebook group because I'm well chuffed that I got to see them. Obviously, this doesn't show you the glory of the paint jobs, but they're so lovely. The little bits on there. It's like, oh, so lovely. So yeah, I got to see those. What are my pictures? Not much really. I didn't really take any pictures. I took pictures of those. And I took a picture of the place afterwards while I was waiting for Geg. I was like, That's it, all quiet and down, and the hanger. The hanger's cool. I like the hanger. So yeah, thanks for coming along. It's been wicked. Wicked. Of cool hair again. Look at that. I'll set up my other channel where I look at books and go, oh, a guy with a company used to be with another company. Yeah, that is true. But the other miniatures, the chariot was from something I thought you might recognise. But yeah, I'll put them in. I'll put them in the chat. I'm gonna put them in Old Hammer as well. Yeah, I should probably go. So yeah, thank you. If you haven't liked, then give this a like. If you might not be subscribed, you never know, do a little subscribe, and I'll see you around the internet. So thanks people today, thanks people this evening, thanks for all the Kickstarter support and all that, and just generally being ace. And that's why I'm in an awesome mood, although very tired, because you've all put me in an awesome mood. So thank you. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna hang up. I'm hanging up now. Right, goodbye. Finding the button. Bye.